So make sure you guys to absolutely just Hulk smash the like button, just destroy it, just destroy the like button, and share this stream, and we will get things started. So the Phoenix Suns do fall to the New Orleans Pelicans tonight, 125 to 114, and reliable. I don't know about you, man. From the start, I felt like the Phoenix Suns energy was just not there. I kind of knew something was off from the beginning. And we obviously witnessed that Devin Booker 31-point half explosion, which we will talk about. But just to get things started, man, just give me your initial thoughts, your takeaways, and then we'll dive into it.
Yeah. Initial thoughts. I thought it was more the Pelicans' energy outweighing the Suns' energy rather than the Suns coming out sluggish, because I don't think you guys came out sluggish or anything like that. I think the reason the Pels won this game, obviously besides, Book leaving in the second half, is they maintained the same pace and their own energy throughout the entire game.
Facts.
And obviously you guys go on these crazy runs that is unseen in the
which we did see later in the game.
Yeah, but the Pels did a really good job of not letting you guys start these crazy runs that you go on. And you could hear Reggie Miller in the broadcast. He was like, "Hey, the Suns are about to go on a run. They have to make sure the Suns don't go on a run. Wait, the Suns might go on." And it never happened. So during when the fourth quarter started, I don't know. The Pels felt that they had full control of the game, and that proved to be true. So I just think the maintaining of the energy for the Pels was the key to the win. In my just initial broad thoughts.
And I'm not blaming the loss on this, but coming out with that energy and that hustle and effort, that has to deal with offensive rebounding and really rebounding in general. I'm just glancing at the numbers right here. The Suns lost the rebounding battle by 10 tonight.
Yeah.
Last game they lost it by 20. So I guess that's a little improvement, but tonight I did not see much rebounding, and that was really the story kind of in the first half before Devin Booker went out.
I think I think that Valanciunas is honestly just outplaying DeAndre in the season. The series personally.
The series, yeah.
Yeah.
I said something in my last video. I was like, we cannot have Jonas Valanciunas have a average 25 rebounds a game. I'm like, that can absolutely not happen. And he only finished the game with 13 tonight. And again, the Suns only lost the rebounding battle by 10. But Deandre Ayton only had 4 rebounds. He didn't really seem into the game that much. On the exception though, when he hits that little mid-range floater, he's getting great at that.
I agree with that.
But really, you guys, the main story here is obviously the Suns lost. Devin Booker's 31-point first half explosion, and then Devin Booker's injury. I didn't see what happened. All I saw was that he went to the locker room, and the media was tweeting it and stuff. And then Shams Charania and all of them said Devin Booker will not return. Ali LaForce interviewed.
I'm hearing that. I just saw on Instagram for a brief moment that the play where he hit that three, I think it might have been an N1, and he fist pumped that baby in the corner. You know what I'm talking about?
It cursed us.
No, people are saying that's the play he actually got injured.
Oh.
And he just kind of played that off, but then it started. But that's not confirmed at all. I just saw that as a theory on Instagram. But yeah.
Well, Ali LaForce was interviewing Monty Williams at the start of the fourth quarter, which I do want to talk about later about what he said. But during that, he said Devin Booker's out with a hamstring injury. We'll see what happens. And then Devin Booker came back to the bench, and his face said it all.
Oh, 100%.
He looked kind of closed in, and he wasn't smiling, he wasn't talking, and it sucks. I mean, at the end of the day, for me, as long as Devin Booker is okay, as long as he is healthy, that's all that really matters. And this Phoenix Suns team, as I'm sure we have a next man up mentality. We're gonna have to prove how good of a team we are. This is just like when Chris Paul went out.
Yeah, and I've been saying the whole season, I think you guys are the best team in the NBA. So the thing is, I think in these past few games, especially Suns fans have learned that the Pels are really no joke. They have two of the best one-on-one scorers in the NBA, and they have one of the best young coaches in the NBA. And it's crazy because you got 4 or 5 rookies in the rotation for the Pels. So just thinking about their future, I know this is kind of off topic, but
no, go for it.
You give them 1 year of progression for those rookies: Jose Alvarado, Herb Jones, Murphy,
Trey Murphy. Yep.
Yeah. And then with adding Zion, I think they're a top 5 seed in the West next year. And I think currently, I still think you come out of this series but I think they're definitely not the easiest of matchups you could have gotten as an 8 seed.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think the Pelicans also have draft picks they could play with if they wanted to. And again, as you mentioned, a healthy Zion. Herb Jones is a defensive stud.
Yeah.
Trey Murphy's kind of low key good.
He's the
hit
best
some
3-point shooter like out of the rookies.
Yeah, like he's hit some big shots for them. He can play. You know, they got youth, they got Zion, they got a great coach in Willie Green, who I could praise literally all day, and I'm not even joking. And this Pelicans team is good, and I think Suns fans thought we were just going to sweep them and it would be easy, and I knew that was not going to be the case. I was like, I still believe the Suns are going to win this series, probably in 5 games. But like,
I mean, I don't blame you.
In 5 games, but
the Pels almost. The Pels almost lost to a Clippers without Paul George. So if I'm a Suns fan, I'm like, what the fuck, this team almost lost to Clippers without their 2 stars. Like, this is a sweep. And then this happened.
And that's where I just go back. Like, we were talking about the Pelicans' energy and how they contained it all game and everything. But for me, something just seemed off. Until Booker went on that explosion, I felt like the Suns just really didn't have it tonight. And I feel like, and I've said this so many times in videos and streams, when the Suns, quote, get punched in the mouth early, which they kind of did, that's when we have trouble making it up. And I know we're the most clutch team in the league and everything, but there's just some games where the Suns just don't respond well. And also another thing, too, I put this in my notes, the Pelicans were actually making their shots this game. Last game, even though I think McCollum had 25 last game, Ingram had 18, they missed a lot of shots.
Yeah, and I would say just by watching it, I don't know the actual stats. I think you guys missed a lot of shots today as well.
Yeah.
Like, Crowder was bricking threes.
Oh, God.
Like, there was some.
Yeah, he was 2 for 11. It's funny, though. Both teams shot 50% or better. Pelicans shot nearly 55%.
CP3 was
shot 50%.
Oh, wow. That's actually surprising.
I know. There's been so many games this year, whether it's the Suns or not, where like teams have shot over 50%, and obviously one of them loses, but it's crazy. Like, that's the league that we are in now. Teams just shoot these super high percentages, even if it's not the most efficient, which we did see a lot from the Suns tonight.
And CP3 wasn't, the most efficient tonight either.
Yeah. And it's funny because he finished with 17 and 14, but at 5 for 16 shooting.
Yeah, from the field. Yeah. And then obviously he had a lot more weight was on him. So
I don't want to blame the loss on Chris Paul, though. I'm opening up my Sprite, though. I had to open up my Sprite.
Out, then Chris Paul's going to have to really
hit that takeover mode like he did in game 1.
The game plan can completely switch for the Pelicans defensively because obviously their game plan is to stop Devin Booker and then worry about everybody else, really. So
I want to quickly bring up a comment here that Shock Chucker said our transition defense sucked. That was one thing that Monty Williams was talking to Ali. He's like, we need to get back on transition defense, and it was like switches, and again, it just didn't seem like that. Like the game 1 defense that the Suns had, they were swarming the Pelicans in the paint for most of the game, except for maybe in the third quarter. This game, guys were just running all over the place.
Jackson Hayes.
Oh, God.
Jackson Hayes in transition today. Oh, man. He had 4 dunks in transition today?
First, go ahead.
Yeah. Just alluding to that. I mean,
I was just going to say thank you to everybody that's watching. We're already 10 minutes in. I feel like we're barely just getting started. But that was really what I wanted to talk about, what Shot Chucker said about our transition defense. Monty Williams is 100% right. Willie Green knows this team, so he probably told the Pelicans to attack. And, my good friend Coda Kid in here says, give DeAndre the ball.
I was just going to mention that comment.
Okay. What did you see from Deandre Ayton tonight? I wasn't too impressed with him, again, except for those mid-ranges, which he has mastered, in my opinion. What did you see from Ayton tonight? I made a video
about this a year ago. It was about how Deandre Ayton has the capability to be a top 4 center in the league. And I think he has the skill to be a dominant center in the league, but he's just not used that way. And I don't think he has the confidence in himself to do that. All of his shot attempts are just that little floater that he does and then putbacks. I think giving him the ball in the post and letting him work and create something, I think he has the talent, and I just think he needs the confidence to actually go and do that. like he's not nearly as talented as Jonas Valanciunas, but you still see Valanciunas shooting more than him and more in the paint on him and just outplaying him defensively. I think DeAndre Ayton just needs to be confident.
Rebounds.
Exactly. Yeah. I think DeAndre Ayton has the ability. He just needs to be shown that he could do that by the coaching staff, I think. And they might already be doing that, but that's personally watching him. I think he has a talent to take over a game, but it's just, that's not how the game plan works. So I agree with Cody Kidd. I think they could give him the ball and just let him go to work.
And again, like, I don't want to blame this loss on DeAndre Ayton. I don't want to blame it on the rebounding that I, could talk about forever. I mean, the Suns need to rebound as a team at the end of the day, but DeAndre Ayton needs to be the tone setter for that. He needs to box out. Monty Williams said, the boxing out is a lost art in the NBA, and he's absolutely right. But yeah, I mean, and it's all with experience. DeAndre Ayton had an incredible playoff run last year, pretty good in the finals and everything. And he's playing for a max contract. And it's just one game. Well, 2 games now, but you get my points. One game. Suns lost.
Hey, but going back home to New Orleans,
I know. Oh, God.
Maybe going back home to New Orleans without D-Book would be, and that's an opportunity for DeAndre Ayton to start eating as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys don't have a walk in the park anymore, it seems, unfortunately for y'all.